Well, good afternoon and happy Valentine's Day. I hope you're having a good day. It's a nasty day. If you don't have to go out on the roadways, please stay put. We're going to check in with JC in just a second. First, I want to be able to show you snowfall totals throughout the region. As you know, we were having a forecast for about 4 to 8 inches, and boy, I got to tell you, this would have been one of the most complex storms we've seen in quite a while, where you talk about snow on the front end, then, forecasting that period of sleet and freezing rain, and then changing over to, and we had about 12 hours of sleet, a little bit of freezing rain mixing in, and then some snow on the back end. It's very complicated weather scenario with the dynamics in the atmosphere. It looks like you can clearly see throughout most parts of our area picking up, and it seemed like 4.5 inches seemed to be really commonplace among all the emails, and I thank you so much for sending us those emails. Let us know. You can see the higher elevations got a little bit more, didn't get the higher amounts because they also went over to a prolonged period of sleet, keeping some of the accumulated amounts down, getting a little bit more down here towards Philadelphia. The National Weather Service had at one point last night issued a flood watch, but it didn't really, it basically went over, stayed sleet and some freezing rain, as well as temperatures stayed below the freezing mark as well. Look at this. Temperatures have popped up now to 34 degrees. Now, interestingly enough, you guys in Mount Pocono and up towards Scranton, still 13 degrees. So huge temperature gradient at this point in time. So the further north you go, you're hanging on to that cold air, at least for now. And temperatures are going to drop back tonight. Some much colder air going to be moving in. And the big story right now is the wind. Northwest, we've been seeing 10, 20-mile-an-hour gusts, and I think we're going to be talking about winds tonight 25 to 30, and there could be gusts 35 to 40, even getting into your day tomorrow. Either way you look at it, even through your Friday, a lot of wind, a lot of cold air. We'll give you more details and, of course, let you know what we expect here for your night tonight, the afternoon tonight. First, I want to check out the roadways. JC is standing by. JC, I have a question for you.
Sure.
As we have been taking a look, we live in an area where, and I'm always, praising the road crews, telling them, what a great job. This has been really different. Do you know, did they have a different type of approach to this storm because of the snow, ice, snow? I'm just, because we're seeing it's still a lot of snow on the roads.
Yeah, to my knowledge, Ed, what I've found so far is that they started prepping the roads last night and yesterday. As I drove personally down some of the roadways, some local roads like Dauphin Street, Route 22, Tillman Street. You could see a lot of they put brine down on the roadways ahead of time. Now, again, what brine does, and I was explaining this to my son yesterday, as a matter of fact, what that does is it lowers the temperature, the freezing point of the water when it hits the roadway by 10 degrees. So it's not going to freeze on the roadways as long as it doesn't get about 20, 22 degrees of freezing point of temperature, of course, being at 32. So what that's going to do, they prep the roads a little bit, so it's not as bad as it could have been. But it did drop down a little bit below that into the teens, which caused a lot of this roadway packing. And I'm going to take you out to the PennDOT cameras right now. Here's Airport Road in 22. Now, Ed just mentioned some of the wind that was around, and you could see the camera blowing around there. That was causing some problems. As the camera goes through here, I'm just going to mark it to hold, and I'm going to scan through here real quick where I can go. You can see the cameras blowing around there, Route 22 and 145 here. But the one that I want to get to is at Route 309 at Route 78. And here's 309 Route 22. You can see the winds. You can see the snow that's packed down there, and especially on the bridge. Now look at the difference here as the roadway at Route 78 where it comes underneath, and up on top there where it's Route 22. You can see how it's a little bit thicker there on the bridge, and that's because it's a bridge, it's elevated, and that's what freezes most of all, right there. And that's where we're having a lot of the problems. Now, right here, Route 33 and 78, you can see a little bit more, and we're getting accidents all along Route 22 of the Turnpike. Here's the camera that I wanted to get to and show you right here. Accident with truck that's stuck right there on the ramp that's coming off of Route 78 westbound to 309 southbound. You can see off in the side there where the roadway splits, that vehicle that's off in the center there, and that is stuck in the snow, was trying to get around a truck that was stuck in there also just a little bit ago. And this is what we're seeing all over. Multiple accidents being reported on the Turnpike between the Mid-County Interchange and Clark Summit. PennDOT also reporting that Route 31, or rather Route 81, is closed right now north of Route 380. That's causing some problems as well across the region. We're taking a look at, well, we also have some problems in some of the local roadways, especially in Allentown, where we've got disabled buses, Lana buses, at 4th and Linden, at 9th and Chew, also at 8th and Allen, 8th and Linden. We have some problems as well with roadways closed due to accidents and problems. Allow plenty of time of caution for your travels if you need to go out. In fact, as I mentioned earlier, a state of emergency in Carbon County right now, and you can see any issues that we get that are major, are going to last a while. You can see it scrolling down at the bottom of your screen there where we have the school closings right now. You'll see it under snow emergencies. Carbon County in a state of emergency. Nobody is allowed on the roads there, and we are getting reports of wires down now that are coming across the region, with those wires getting frozen and the ice on there. It's pulling them right down. In Heidelberg Township, we're getting that in Mountain Road and Macon Road. The emergency crews making their way out to the scene now there for those wires down. Allow plenty of caution and time for your travels. If you do need to go out, it's certainly recommended by PennDOT and us here as well. We certainly don't want to hear about any injuries, and there are an accident still coming in that I still haven't even picked up yet. Ed, back to you in the Weather Center. Please tell us more. And, well, I guess we're going to see folks in about half an hour?
Yes, that sounds good, JC. Thanks for the explanation
Sure.
also on the Brian. That was very good. Anyhow, here's what we've got going on right now. And obviously, you can see, I'm just, amazed at the fact that some of the major highways continue to be snow-covered. Clearly, when you see that, secondary roadways still have lots and lots of snow and ice packed down on them. Check it out. You can clearly see here the good news is the storm system, the center of the circulation now, pulling off just the coast of New England now. Still have that wraparound effect of plenty of clouds in our area. Skies have brightened in some spots, especially the southern third of our area. Boy, heavy snow continuing to fall here for folks in New England as that storm is deepening and really going to continue to intensify as it pulls up. This wraparound effect still could give us a bit of lingering snow, and so we're going to continue to allow for at least some additional snow showers. Take a look at the last 24 hours as we put this into motion. You can clearly see from snow to ice to back to snow again. Look at everything turning blue and still have this wraparound effect. So we're going to continue to keep a close eye on this. Could give us still some additional bit of snow or some snow showers. Additional coating, maybe a coating to a little bit more, maybe a ½ inch to 1 inch in some areas as we see that wraparound. But look at these isobars tightly packed. You bet we're going to be talking about tremendous amount of wind here as we move through your extended forecast. Windy. Snow tapering off, bit of additional accumulation possible. Look at our high at 35 degrees. A couple of snow showers could be around here through the evening hours, afternoon and evening. Northwest winds 15 to 30. Gusts could be higher than that. Clearing, very windy for your night tonight. Quite cold. Look at the winds. West-northwest 20 to 35 as that storm pulls away from the area. And the big story, well, lots of cold air. Look at the overnight lows down in the single digits. 20 for your daytime high tomorrow. Friday, 20. Not going to see a lot of melting here as we move through the next couple of days. In fact, we may not even see the freezing mark really anytime soon. So where we are right now, just above the freezing mark, once temperatures start to drop back, that looks to be it. Then we're going to stay below freezing. So anything that's out there going to freeze solid again tonight and as we slide into the evening hours. Update in less than half an hour. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget, 69 News starts at 5 o'clock, but we'll continue to give you updates leading up as conditions warrant. Happy Valentine's Day.